Well, I'm finally going to get started on our outdoor shower. Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Traditions Homestead. My name is Kevin. Well, today is a day I've been waiting for a long time, and that is that I finally have enough free time to get started on our outdoor shower. I actually planned on doing this last summer, and then we just got so busy building the greenhouse and everything else that this kind of got put on the back burner. But in hindsight, it actually worked out okay because we changed our mind about where we wanted on the property, and I think we ended up with a much better spot. You can see behind me, this is kind of just dirt right now. That's because we used to have a temporary carport here, which I've moved somewhere else. So now I can use this location for the outdoor shower. So my goal for today is to build the platform that will hold a 35-gallon black garbage can. That will be our water tank, and that will, 35 gallons should be plenty for at least 1 or 2 showers. And so let me show you some of the things that we're going to use to build this first part of the project. So we have in our town a business who gives away free pallets, but they also make these kind of pallet crates, and they sell these for $3 a piece. So I went up and I picked one of these up and brought it back home. Now I'll tell you, I have done a couple things to it prior to starting this video just to save some time. What I did is I went through and I put screws along with all of the nails that are already in it, just to tighten everything up and to make it a little more sturdy, since this is going to be holding the water up above, the shower. And then I also water sealed it with Thompson's water seal, just to help protect it more from the environment. And then I also went and picked up some of these landscape logs, which are pressure treated, and that's what I'm going to be building the legs and kind of the frame out of. My plan is to make this freestanding in case we want to move it down the road. I'm hoping that I can get it to be sturdy enough without having to bury the legs down into the ground. So I have a plan in my head, but that's about as far as it's gotten. But I kind of work best that way. I normally don't draw things out or go crazy planning things ahead of time. I kind of have done enough of these things that I hope I can have a good enough solid plan in my head, but also be open enough to change if I need to along the way. So I'm going to get started building this. Oh, but I wanted to show you kind of why we picked this location. First of all, it's kind of a corner area back here, secluded, but yet close enough to our house that you're not, really far away from the house. And it's just kind of a quiet area back here. Eventually Sarah's gonna, make some flower beds back here, kind of around the shower, and maybe a little, area that's just kind of I don't know, place to relax. So there's a little gate over there, a little like entranceway over there that kind of makes a nice walkway from the house over to this area. There's lots of flowers that bloom over here in the spring, so it's a real pretty area. It gets morning sun up until about noon, which I think should be great for heating up the water. But then for the rest of the day, it's pretty much in the shade. So all in all, it had everything that we were looking for in an area to build this shower. So I'm excited to get started on it finally. So my goal is to have this platform 7 feet off the ground, so that the bottom of the garbage can is 7 feet off the ground. And that way I can, just connect the faucet to the bottom of the garbage can, and then a shower head directly to the faucet, and it should be tall enough. So that's my goal. Fingers crossed that I can get it to be sturdy enough so that it's safe when everybody's using it. And the overall size of the shower, the inside of the shower area, is going to be 7 foot by 7 foot. For the actual enclosure of the shower, I'm going to be using cedar posts that I've cut out of the woods. I've had them drying for a while, so I'm going to use those, and then I'm going to use some old kind of rusted barn metal to go around the sides, and I think it'll give it a kind of a cool rustic look. And then in this area, you can't really see it, I'm sure, on the video, but we've got some English ivy that grows in this area. Sarah's going to transplant some of that so the ivy kind of grows up the poles and around the shower, and I think it'll give it a pretty cool look. So I'm going to get building. So what I'm going to do is attach a little block of wood to each one of these at 7 feet, and that will rest here on the bottom, and then along with everything else, all the other screws and bolts that I'm going to put on here, I think that'll give it a good solid thing to stay up. But this will just give it a little extra support, so it's not just being held by you know, the wood here, it's also kind of sitting on here. So alright, so I've got the feet done. They seem sturdy with it laying on its side, so now is going to be the hard part, trying to flip it up. I may have to go get the tractor and a chain to try to do that, but we'll try to do it by hand first. Again, there's some challenges when you're working with wood that isn't square, so we'll see how it looks once it's standing up. But I think it's going to be fine. We'll make some adjustments if we need to. So we'll go ahead and try to do this, and then we'll get on to working on installing the garbage can and the faucet and all of that, and we'll get her done. Alright, so I'm going to start assembling the garbage can that will hold the water for the shower. Now what I've done is I've already drilled a hole down here at the bottom of the garbage can. And let me show you what I've purchased to do this. So for a faucet, I just bought a simple faucet like this that has a hose attachment, so it'll fit a regular hose. And then on the inside, I just bought a PVC coupling on one end, threaded on the other, that can thread into the faucet. So this will be inside the can, this will be outside. Then I couldn't find any type of rubber washers that would fit, you know, correctly on here. So I just bought at our local hardware store, they had this gasket kit. Comes with just a piece of gasket material, so you can make your own gaskets. So I'll just cut and make you know, rubber washers that will fit this the right way. So not a whole lot to it, just a matter of you know, putting a faucet at the bottom of the can, and then we'll get it up on the platform. I have decided that I will be adding some more bracing to the platform. It seems plenty strong, but just a little, you know, little unsteady, and I want it to hold up over time. So when I go to town this afternoon, I'll be picking up some more lumber, and then we'll be adding some cross braces to, you know, help it just sturdy up a little bit. So, but for now, we're going to get going on this, and we'll get it up there. All right, so I think I've got it in there pretty tight, but I'll take it over by our hose and fill it up and check it for leaks. All right, good news. It held water, no leaks, so that's great. Now, I know in the video it seemed like just a few seconds had passed, but in reality it's been a few hours. I went to town, I picked up some more lumber so I can add some more support to the tower, and I had to get a few other things. Now when I filled this up, my plan was to use one of these garden sprayers or garden nozzles to come out of here to actually make the shower. The problem is once I filled it up and attached this, there's just not enough water pressure to come out of here. So I had to come up with another plan. I remembered that in the garage I had an old shower head. And these are, you know, low flow shower heads, so they don't use a lot of water pressure. So I tried that. Unfortunately, this doesn't just connect, you know, to the faucet here, so I had to buy some pieces of PVC while I was in town to get this to work. So I bought everything that I need to be able to attach this right to the garbage can. Tried that and it works perfectly. The only thing I forgot to get that I should have gotten when I was in town is a ball valve to put on here so that I can shut it on and off, because this garbage can is going to be up too high to you know, be able to use the faucet here. So next time I'm in town I'm going to have to get a ball valve to put here so I can shut it on and off easier, but that's no big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and add the supports now to the platform, and then we'll get this up there, fill it up, and see how it works. All right, I think that's good and sturdy. There's still just a little bit of wobble because of the ground. It's not that the structure itself is wobbly, it's that the you know, it's on uneven ground right now. So I still need to do a little groundwork to you know, just get it real good and stable. But you know, my intent is to forage for nice big flat rocks. Back in the woods we have a lot of flat sandstone. I've already collected about 10 or 15 of them, and my plan is to pretty much do the entire floor of this out of natural stone that I get from our property. So when I do that, I'll be, you know, digging to level out the stones and everything else, and I'll use some of that dirt to help stabilize the platform. But I'm real happy with the way that it looks right now. It definitely turned out sturdy. I think it's going to you know, be able to definitely hold the weight of the water. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the garbage can up there, and we'll fill it up with water, and we'll attach the shower head and see how it does. Now eventually I'll have a hose running down so we can fill it from the ground, but for now I'm just going to haul a little garden hose up there to fill it up. And then while it's filling, I'm going to figure out the length of the PVC pipe that I need coming down to have the shower head down at a normal level. Alright, so I've got the garbage can up there, it's full. The platform seems to be, I mean, more than, you know, sufficient for holding that up. I've also attached the piece of PVC pipe, which I just bent with my heat gun to kind of get the right angles that I wanted, so that now the shower head's kind of coming down, so it'll be right above your head when you're showering. I still may need to make some few adjustments to that, you know, once I get the stones in and that type of thing. It's going to always be a work in progress until this thing is done. But I haven't tried turning it on yet. There's a little bit of water dripping. That's because when I was up there working on the PVC pipe, I forgot the hose was on, and all of a sudden the garbage can overflowed. So I got a little bit of a shower myself. So this is the moment of truth. Let's go turn it on and see how it works. All right, moment of truth. think that's about perfect. Now I haven't glued any of this PVC together yet because I still need to get that ball valve and things like that. So right now it's dripping just a little bit, but that's okay. I'll fix that when I get, you know, to where I want it to be for the final thing. But I think that works awesome. So there you have it. The first day of working on the outdoor shower. I'm really happy with how far I got today. You know, I think this is going to be awesome to have on the homestead. You know, when we're working out in the garden or in the greenhouse and we're just hot and want to cool down, this is going to be awesome to have. So you guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to get right to work on the enclosure and laying the rock and everything else tomorrow. So be watching for videos for that. If this is your first time here, this is the perfect time to hit that subscribe button. If you're one of our traditionalists who comes back every day, we sure do appreciate you guys for coming back 5 days a week. Don't forget to share, leave some comments, and thumbs up this video. And until next time, thanks for stopping by the homestead. Take care, and God bless.